Surviving Reality contains explicit content full of snark and sarcasm that may not be suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to Surviving Reality.
I'm Corey.
And I'm Carly, and this is Joy to the World, the last installment of this year's Very Merry Marathon.
A very merry marathon it has been, definitely. So thanks for coming along for the ride, especially on the Rehash last week.
Yeah, if you're still here, thanks for sticking it out with us. I know some people loved the Rehash.
Some people
genuinely
prefer them.
Enjoyed it. It brought joy into their life, and that was the point.
And then for the people who didn't experience joy maybe last week, here's Joy to the World. Surround things out.
Streaming on Hulu and Disney+.
There you go.
I think this is the worst movie out of all three that we watched this year.
This was just like generally a bad movie.
Yeah, like the script's not good.
Script's not good. Execution's not good. I mean,
I'm kind of shocked.
The script had potential though, like from a story structure of like this thing leads to that thing, which then, but it was just like there were weird moments that happened here, or just like from a production standpoint, from a delivery standpoint on executing on those ideas, it didn't really deliver.
Did you feel like it was low budget? Because that's what it felt like to me.
Well, yeah, it was like they paid for the house and that was about it.
Yeah.
Like that was it.
Shocking, just given it's a Disney and Hulu movie. I just expected more.
I mean, that's how Hallmark scripts are kind of formatted. I mean, not that this is a Hallmark movie, but it's going in that same vein. That's what they're going for here, is where it's just people talking to each other. There's not like, special effects or car chases or action sequences,
not
stunts.
We got a green screen in a Newport Christmas.
I mean, yeah, that's special effects.
I'm saying it had more than this movie had going on.
I genuinely liked A Newport Christmas. I'm not even going to lie to you.
I know you did. You watched it twice.
It was good. Movie's so nice, I watched it twice.
Maybe you'll watch it thrice next year.
Maybe next year. It could make its way into the rotation here.
This movie kind of fit with the theory that we had last episode, which was they're just taking other successful movies and making them into Christmas films, because this is We're the Millers.
But like way toned down.
Yeah, like removing most of the fun elements of We're the Millers.
A lot of the drug elements, yes, that's been removed.
They subbed out the drugs for a Martha Stewart, like motivational speaker, lifestyle guru. Okay. That's what they call her. They say,
you're right.
A lifestyle guru fakes a perfect family for a live Christmas Eve special. That's the description of the movie.
Well, it's strange that they present it to us this way of like, there's this lifestyle publishing the cookbooks, series of cookbooks. Are they cookbooks? It's just like in general, like holiday type oriented books.
Yeah, this is, again, that's why I feel like it's based on Martha Stewart, where Martha Stewart would have holiday books, but then
she wrote the book on it.
It encompasses,
and I did,
everything that would go into creating a seasonal experience for your family.
Okay, right. It's the experience. Also, ADHD brain, sorry, but at the end of the last episode, you were trying to think of the Ryan Reynolds movie and you said Best Friends. It's Just Friends. Because I was not in my right mind, so it sounded right to me, and I'm just letting you know.
I was shocked that you told me that I was right about that.
Because it was wrong.
I know. Well, I'm usually not correct, so I was like, damn, nailed it. I'm dialed in right now.
Okay, yeah.
I was not.
I'm sorry. Sorry to take that away from you. I'm sorry. But retroactively, it was driving me insane.
You had to be on the record.
It was driving me nuts. Yeah. So I just had to say it.
For the 4 fans of that movie who were really upset to hear us call it Best Friends.
Well, this might be the Ryan Reynolds effect that's happening here too, because then the guy in this movie, he just like quips stuff. He's all about the one-liners. His character
is... I'm sorry, you mean Chad Michael Murray?
Chad Michael Murray. Okay. Why is his whole setup here like the guy from who's the guy from the OJ trial where he was living in the pool house?
Oh no.
Why is it that setup? Why did that feel so familiar to me? Kate Kasem? What's his name?
No. I feel like I'm upset that I can't remember it off the top of my head right now.
Kato and Nash.
I feel like it's disrespectful to the victims of the crime to only remember the perpetrator.
You're saying that
we can't remember.
Katem had something to do with it?
No.
That's who I'm trying to talk about.
I can't see my phone because Maisie's tail is in the way.
That's a big problem.
I moved it so that I'd be able to see my notes.
And then she
keeps repositioning so that I cannot.
The pool house guy. He had like the same name. It was first name and last name. It's very similar. It's alliterative. I'm telling you.
I can't read. Ron Goldman.
Incorrect. No, that's the victim of the crime. That's not who I'm talking about.
Oh.
I'm talking about the pool house.
Oh, no, yeah, I think you're right then. The guy who was living in there.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Am I still hot from last week?
I don't know. I'm talking about the pool house guy, the guy who lived in the house.
I don't know. It's irrelevant to this movie.
No, it's not because she
has a guest house.
He lives in the guest house, and that's what I said. This is a very OJ sort of setup that we have going on here. It's making me uncomfortable.
Just because there's someone living in a guest house.
Kind of. That's what came to mind for me.
Okay. So the star of the movie is Joy Edwards, who is the author of the Joy to the World book series, which is all based on lies. We find that out very quickly. She's on a morning show, which is shockingly easy to pretend to be filming a real one.
You don't think that this is what it's like on the set of Tyra Banks?
They got 2 chairs from Wayfair. They put a screen up in the background, and they had a woman do like a funny little dance in front of the camera. And that was it. And I was like, this is daytime TV.
You also just described the podcast to 90% accuracy as well.
There's no dancing.
There's no dance. Yeah,
I will not dance. Like Janelle, that's where I draw the line. Her house that has the guest house that you are worried about, scared. I don't know.
Goose Island. Yes. No, is what you're referring to.
Goose Lane.
Oh, Goose Lane. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Goose Lane, uninspired, not to the level that I expected it to be at. I felt like the home had some nice, it had plantation shutters. It had a little bit of craftsmanship, a little woodwork going for it. Other than that, not very impressive.
I thought they were still going to try and tell us this was New York City. And I was like, this is not New York.
Did they ever tell us where they were?
It's Connecticut.
Okay, see, again, I do feel like this is like a Martha Stewart ripoff kind of thing.
I mean, they're borrowing from real life. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
The inspiration for these sorts of things. So her deep shame that she has is that there's this secret. The secret is she's not who she presents to be, of this perfect homemaker person with a perfect family. She's made up all of these people, a husband who doesn't exist, 2 children who don't exist, for 12 books in an entire series now. Yeah. She has perpetuated this lie.
And she is just getting exhausted at this point. Because we're supposed to feel bad for her.
Oh, right.
She's the victim in this scenario.
Because she's drained. This is just exhausting.
It's really taken up a lot of her energy to continue to come up with this lie. It sounds like this was the idea of her manager.
That's how they're kind of portraying it, where it was like, oh, you have a good idea for a book, but you need to be this person if you're going to sell this story. But then the publisher didn't really seem to care from the draw here. It was like, he was just kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, it seems like a good book. I'll publish it. Not necessarily because it's her. So like her manager got really fixated on we need to keep up the charade
story
here.
That has to go along with this book series.
It's a lifestyle, not just a book.
Why did they feel like that was important though? Just because, I mean, like Super Nanny doesn't have any kids.
Yeah, you're adding so much pressure that doesn't need to be there.
Dr. Seuss, not a doctor, didn't have any kids. I feel like there's a difference though, now that I'm thinking about it. Like, is this a social commentary on what it's like to be someone who like creates something today, where now also your private life has to become part of a persona that helps you to sell this thing?
Or like you have to live this in order to be knowledgeable enough to speak to that with any level of success. I don't know, because like as a, again, neurodivergent person where it's like, I know a lot of the things that should happen. Do I do that in practice though? Absolutely not. Most of the time. When it comes to health and fitness, particularly, we've been over this. Not my strong suit. I know what I need to be doing, but I don't do those things. It's a problem.
That's kind of what her life has become, though, because it seems like she really did genuinely have a passion for a lot of the stuff that she writes about. But having to lie to everybody has caused her to become more isolated. And because of that, she doesn't do a lot of the things that she used to do because she doesn't want to have people coming to Goose Lane.
Right.
And exposing
and
her.
Goosing her. Yeah.
Exposing her for the liar that she is.
Well, what I didn't like too is where it was like, okay, well, she had to get into her rented SUV to then be driven home from the studio, and they're going to stop by for burritos and tacos for takeout and milkshakes, which that's a vicious combination. If we're saying that.
I was worried for her. Like throughout this whole film, I felt like the IBS was going to hit at any point in time. I was
worried for the driver. Yeah. Are we going to make it home conscious? This is not a safe thing to be doing here. How long of a drive are we talking about? How much time do we have? It doesn't seem like she was eating anything in the vehicle, but she was sipping on the milkshake. So, hey, that can get some bubble gut moving here right out the gate.
You never know.
You got to be careful. But
the driver is Chad Michael Murray, who is portraying Max. And there's very clearly a relationship between them that isn't just that he's her driver.
Yeah, he's not just a chauffeur.
And he's also not just her roommate who lives over in the chalet.
The primary home.
Well, he doesn't live in the primary
home. No,
home.
he doesn't. But she does. Yeah, she lives in the primary home.
We didn't get to see very much of the guest house. I was a little disappointed in that.
Well, for him to just be like crashing here for a little while because there's some water damage at his apartment or whatever that excuse was, he seems to be really settled in where he has like an entire painting studio set up.
He's getting paid, I'm assuming, to drive her around. He must be getting some free Taco Bell.
Has to be.
He's got his studio set up over in the guest house. He's living there for months on end.
But they're really overselling the fact that he's an artist and that he's doing these paintings. Apparently exclusively just painting of geese. Yeah. Because he is at Goose Lane, so he's like, hey.
Which is weird, though, because a big part of the story at the beginning is that when she first moved here, there was a family of geese that lived on the property. They left while she was doing renovations and never came back. They packed their bags.
They said, we're out of here. We hate all these changes.
And this man is painting fictitious geese. Like he has sketches hung up. Like he's been drawing from life. But we know that there are no geese on this property.
Well, no, from his mind's eye, he's sketching. Yeah, he's visualizing all of this.
It was just really odd to hyper-focus on an animal that's not actually here.
But you're at Goose Island, so yeah, when at Goose Island, then you must make art of Goose. What else am I equating this to in my mind? What is this ring familiar for?
Is this for another movie, you mean?
Season 1, episode 1 of The Sopranos with the ducks in the pool.
You think they stole this from The Sopranos?
Not that they stole it. It's just that's what it's reminding me of. That's what it's making me think of, is that we have like this allegory to these birds that are on the property here.
Okay. Was it just me or did you assume when she said geese? I did not picture the geese that we eventually see at the end of the movie. Spoiler.
Because the geese are supposed to be, it's a whole thing of the geese were here, then she came, she renovated, they left, and then she thought that they would come back when the house was ready, but they never did. And so it's like this whole unspoken thing about her character and being ready for a family, essentially. Wink, wink. I don't know, the geese that he was painting.
Not the same.
Well, because there's like a Canadian goose, there's like some other geese. His looked like ducklings that were adult size, though.
They were cute.
They looked like fluffy yellow baby duck, baby chick.
Canadian geese, not cute.
Not cute.
No.
Mean. too.
Yes, very mean.
Aggressive. Don't like it.
Poop everywhere.
Gross poop.
It's
Very
like,
gross.
It was good they left.
Yeah.
Why do you want them back?
Yeah, that's a whole other headache that you should not be taking on here at this point. Why did they go so overboard with his shirt, though? Of like, he paints. But why is there, how did he get so much paint on his shirt?
Maybe it's a smock.
It's not a smock. I mean, he had...
When was the last time you wore a smock?
Art class in like second grade.
Do you remember when you'd have to bring a smock to school? That was like part of...
It was just like one of your dad's old work shirts. And it was like, that's what you get to bring in now, is a button-down shirt that you can put over your clothes.
That's what he was doing.
Well, I think that's what he was doing, but like, he had a t-shirt on, and that was what had most of the paint, but then he had a button-down shirt over top of that had a little bit of paint on it too, but most of the paint was on the t-shirt underneath.
How are we supposed to know that somebody's an artist unless they're covered in paint?
See, the paint should have been all over him. Should have been on his face, should have been on his hands, should have been everywhere on him.
All over her guest house.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Not getting that deposit back.
I don't think he put any money down to stay here. Hasn't paid her a penny.
No, absolutely
He's
not.
squatting.
Because they're BFFs. Like, they just hang around.
Okay.
And then he dates around.
Yes.
And then they don't date. But it's like a platonic, maybe we could have had something here, but we didn't really.
Yeah. Wrong time.
Okay.
You know, we met each other at the wrong time.
Honestly, because it seems like their relationship is very functional right now. Like that she needed him to drive her back and forth from New York every once in a while.
That he's available.
And they're just...
to drive her around whenever needed.
Yeah. And then like they have similar food preferences where they're ordering in regularly. It's
the
a
makings
common thing.
of a very romantic relationship.
That's what marriage is. It's asking someone, what do you want to eat for dinner until you die? One of you or both of you dies. That's what it is.
Yeah. Sometimes before you decide.
Sometimes. Sometimes you wait too long.
He's the first person we meet. And then there's a flurry of characters that enter. So Marta is the housekeeper.
Kind of. Like 3 days a week? How many? 4 days?
She's a part-time housekeeper on a full-time salary.
Yeah, pretty sweet deal. She must be a hotel Santa at a ski resort on the side here as well.
She's also trained in color theory because she's letting Joy know, you know, the lipstick you wore the other day on TV, I wouldn't wear that again. That's not your color.
But she kept telling her that red, and it was like, was she wearing a red lipstick?
I don't know.
I don't think so. Because then she poo-pooed the color again at one point, and I was like, that's like a nude color. Like, that's not even...
The makeup artist didn't read the script.
No, they were like, ooh, I didn't have that in my notes.
That's what I'm saying about the production quality.
Yeah, lacking a little bit.
A little bit of a student film feel.
Kind of, yeah. Some stuff was a little slapped together here.
Then we meet Sabrina and Henry, who are two kids who must live down the street or something.
Kids in the neighborhood.
Although we saw no other houses.
No.
It feels like this house is really remote.
Does it? Yeah, it feels like a... Well, I don't know. I mean, like...
They showed us the tightest shot possible when they would show us the front of it. Like, there was nothing around.
No, nothing
just
else.
This house
This
filled
is
up the whole
house.
screen.
Yes. It's a big house.
It's kind of like Cody and Robin's house, right? Where the garage is off to the side, and then there's the other part of the house, and then there's like more buildings to the side.
Ominous. Dark energy. Is that what's going on?
Maybe that's why we didn't initially like it.
Maybe
you know?
that's why. It's off-putting. But yeah, so we meet Sabrina and Henry.
Unattended minors.
Yes, who Joy is just going to snatch up to do her bidding eventually. She's like, oh, I'll make note of that. Because their parents aren't around. They don't care what their kids are doing. They're not watching them. Nobody's keeping an eye out for these kids.
I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at the fact that we skipped the entire inciting incident, which is that she is going to have to go on live TV and broadcast Christmas Eve from her home.
Well, that's what she finds out. Because the daytime show that she's doing, she's there like every day that week.
Oh, yeah, that was weird. She was going back and forth.
Yeah,
You're right.
so
It wasn't just the one time that she was on it.
No, yeah. So it was like multiple visits. So one of those days, they announced that. Because basically she was talking about, let's round this series out. Let's go ahead and bring this to a close here. And then they were like, oh, okay, yeah, to cap it off, then we'll just do a Christmas Eve special live from your house with your wonderful family who we've never met that you've hidden from the public due to privacy reasons.
Yeah. Nobody ran this by her.
No.
The manager didn't.
Nope.
The publishing house didn't. Apparently, this entire thing is the idea of the guy who runs the publishing house, Mr. Merriman, who wants to go real big on promoting what may be her last book, what she's saying is going to be her last book, because she doesn't want to do this anymore.
Maybe just not this, not the fake family thing anymore. I mean, you did 12 books of that. So I think...
Well, how are you just going to not have that be part of your life story anymore? You're going to be asked in interviews and things.
Yeah, you can move on to other stuff, though. As an artist, you could do other things. Write other books. Delve into true crime. See what else you can get into. Sure, why not?
Start a podcast. I don't know.
Something. Yeah, you can always shift. You can rearrange here. So that's when she's figuring out, okay, well, then how do I make this happen? Because I've been committed to doing this, and I need to follow through somehow. Do I hire actors? Well, that's not a good idea, because then if they go on to play something else,
role, somebody will recognize them.
They're going to be recognized. It's going to be a whole thing. You can't do that. So it has to be people that I kind of know that are in my social circle, which is limited because the mailman, that's the other guy she hangs out with.
Yeah,
Every
Freddie
once in a while, Freddie the mailman,
who knows all
by.
the zip codes.
Yeah, he's very big on zip codes. So, like, we don't have a lot to work with, but these are enough people to fill the roles that I'm looking to cast for.
It was really weird to go to the place of, well, if I hire an actor, they could get another role, and that'll blow this up. But not the people who I know have families and friends and people that they went to school with, just people in society who know them, who may recognize them as not being the person that I'm presenting them to be on TV.
Nope, didn't think that through.
No, that never
that.
Gets mentioned as a possibility, including the two children who actually have parents.
Oh, yeah. I mean, absent parents, but parents nonetheless. Yes. Didn't try to change anybody's appearance in any way.
No.
No hairstyling, no Mrs. Doubtfire mask that was pitched here either.
We don't have to cut the little girl's hair. We're not doing like a Lindsay Lohan Parent Trap kind of thing.
Nope, none of that. None of that's coming up.
So Max is going to be her husband, which is convenient because she has named her fictional husband Max. So he doesn't have to go by a fake name.
Well, that worked out nicely.
And then the kids are going to have to answer to some different names. What's that like?
I don't know.
Instead of Sabrina, was it Sabrina and Hawk? He kept calling himself Hawk.
Henry
is
his Christian name, and then Hawk is his.
They're now Tori and Tommy.
Not better. I think I'd stick with Sabrina and Hawk. Probably. I'd say actually they're going by Sabrina and Hawk now.
Did they even rename the housekeeper and the mailman? I think they were just like
just
your mom and dad.
Yeah.
You don't have real names. Those are your names.
Grandma, grandpa, mom, dad.
They never even called them grandma, grandpa, did they?
I don't think the kids did. No, they didn't really interact directly talking.
It's so weird.
So it was just a lot of filling in the gaps there for that. But hey, Marta was wheeling and dealing on her setup because she was like, hey, you're going to pay me for this. Actually, you're going to pay for a retirement package. So this isn't just like a one lump sum deal here.
Yeah, I was like, how much money have these books been paying?
I mean,
you're going to fund her retirement?
Yeah. 12 books in the series. Like, she's doing all right.
So there's some people who she's got something on that she's able to get them to participate in this, and others who are just willing.
Yeah, Max is like kind of on board with just pretending to be her husband anyway, because he's like, I could get into that.
I'm going to get some mail sent to this address, and I'm never moving out of the guest house.
This works out nicely. And then, yeah, with Marta, she used it to her financial benefit, where she was like, hey, I'm retiring, and you're paying for it.
Did the mailman get anything?
Mailman, I think, was just another person who was like, I'm just happy to be involved.
Weird.
I think, right? Yeah, that seemed odd.
And then the kids, the daughter really wants to do it. She wants to be an actress. So your original concern is, in fact, a problem.
It's valid. Yeah, it's still a problem here.
And then the son gets caught driving his parents' car while they're out of town, and he's too young to be driving. So that's what she's holding over his head.
So blackmail. Yeah, she's
correct.
Manipulating these children.
It was very weird that she was trying to make him present himself as though he was 13, and he is like very clearly at least 17.
Pushing 20, yeah. It's going to be a hard sell. They're like, we'll just tell him growth spurt. You're projected to be like 7'4". We've got some basketball teams already scouting you and stuff. You've already signed on a deal for the NBA. Can't disclose which team yet. Not till you're 18 and you sign the contract.
Big things in your future.
Yeah, we got a lot in the works here.
She's got 3 days to pull this all together because she also didn't have anything in her house set up for Christmas because she doesn't really do much of anything, you know?
Yeah, she's like us.
Yeah, guys, this year's been really bad.
This year's bad. The tree's on its last leg. There's like a couple of strands of the pre-lit lights that are not doing so good. And we like didn't even put ornaments on it. We're just like, just one more for old time's sake here. And then you're going out on the curb pretty much. That's what's going on.
I got to tell you, like a lot of it was just because I didn't want to decorate the tree because half the lights are out on it.
Yeah.
I know we could put more on it.
I know we can do that, but just like...
I also feel like I have a really bad problem with like my OCD where I'm afraid of plugging in Christmas lights.
They're made to be plugged in together. There's a plug at the back.
I am convinced that the house is going to burn down.
No, like that's not.
I'm just telling you.
No, but that's not.
I'm letting you know.
And especially when we're sitting right there. We don't leave the Christmas tree on unattended or anything.
No, we
either.
don't. We don't because I worry that it's going to overheat.
Yeah.
So I make sure that I actually saw somebody on TikTok whose apartment burnt down because she left Christmas lights plugged in for multiple days at a time. And
was it a real tree that was dried out?
There wasn't even a tree. It was just like it was strands of lights that she
had
like
I get what you're saying.
All around.
Okay.
But they were on for days and days and they were really, really hot. And then she forgot to unplug them when she went to work. And of course, that's when it happened.
That's just big
ablaze.
LED trying to get you to steer away from the warmer incandescent glow.
Are LED lights supposed to be safer?
They don't emit heat. Yeah.
Oh.
It's just light.
They're ugly.
It's a harsh spectrum of light that they give off. It's not a warm glow. It's not a widespread wavelength that you get, that warm and fuzzy feeling from looking at those lights. It feels like you're being interrogated and that you have some sort of questions to answer that you don't want to be answering.
And we just cleaned 3 pumpkins off of our front porch, so we're really a little behind on life.
Okay. It was a nice setup that we had in like September for Halloween. And then the gourds can carry over into, it became Thanksgiving decoration then too. I realize it's mid-December. You going to judge me for having a Christmas gourd set on the porch stoop?
But this is the thing. Disposing of pumpkins and gourds, very confusing.
I wasn't prepared for the level of responsibility that comes with
that's it.
Having some large gourds that need, I'll tell you what I did with them. I threw them right in the trash bin. Okay?
I know, which you're not supposed to do.
I know you're not supposed to.
You're not
but
supposed
then
to do
the
it.
alternative to that is where they're like, oh, just take them out into the woods. Okay, I don't go into the woods.
On a regular basis.
That's not one of my stops for the week that I have where I'm like, oh, I can just do that. That's not what I'm doing. Plus, the woods that I would go to would be too close to a road. I would have to go deep into the woods and then I'm going to lug 3 fucking gourds with me, pumpkins.
These were big too. They weren't little.
They weren't little. These were from Costco.
Were heavy.
So they were honking big.
Also, I know that you can donate them to zoos.
We've called 2 years in a row.
And they're like, we don't need it anymore.
No.
These
we're
pigs
good.
are eating good.
And then I see on the side of the road sometimes there's just like pumpkins. And it's like, this is too close though. Now you're drawing wildlife near the roadway. There's stuff that's going to get hit by cars. I don't want to be responsible for that.
It's an ethical crisis. I don't know if we're going to have pumpkins anymore.
I can't do it. So this is why like decorations in general now, I'm like, I'm overthinking it. I know I'm overthinking it.
Yeah. Oh, I know. There are going to be people who will be like, I throw them in the trash can all the time. What are you worried about?
Okay, that's great.
I also bring expired medication to the police center? The police station
is usually what that is.
I don't know. I'm not familiar. Okay. I don't go there often.
Yeah, it's not a stop on my list for the week either. Yeah, that ain't it. But okay, so we finally got through that though. But yeah, the Christmas decorations still not really a thing. We put out a couple of things. It's about as festive as it's going to get this year.
That's depressing.
So she's in the same boat. Yeah. So now she's doing the scramble.
Christmas happen in 3 days. It's got to look impressive.
And I mean, hey, what does that give us? That gives us hope. There's still time.
There's still time for us to get our shit together.
But also at the same time, I look at it and I go, I'm just going to have to take it all down like a couple days after that. So I think I'm just like, it's becoming too much of a chore at this point.
And she's doing like a handmade Christmas because this is the Martha Stewart of it all, is that she has to make everything that goes in the stockings. Like she's built an entire lore around how she celebrates Christmas. And so now she's going to have to execute on it.
But she's doing what I suggested the corporate overlords of My Secret Santa should have done with their handmade cookie business last year, which was she's buying mass-made things and then she's saying that they were handmade. That's the secret. That's what it comes down to.
That's how you get this done efficiently.
Yeah,
huh?
that's what it's gonna take.
Yeah, but all the stuff that she put in the stockings was weird. To say that she got it somewhere, like one thing, she didn't even know what it was.
She said something, it was like chopsticks holder?
A chopstick holder? But she said it was something else earlier. She had no idea what the hell it was.
I know, I was like, oh, is this for my D&D dice? Is this a dice bag?
Also, she mentioned needlepoint. Didn't see one needlepoint.
Didn't see
That's
that?
Because needlepoint is very expensive and it wasn't in the budget for this film.
Oh, maybe that's it. Yeah, they just had a bunch of Christmas decorations that people had thrown out. Things that were a little bit off that they weren't able to sell at Marshall's ended up in the dumpster.
And things from the cast and crew.
They scooped them up, and that's what ended up on the set here.
We got to talk about the girl in the bakery because they made it seem like she was going to have this really big part in the movie eventually.
She doesn't even have a name. She's the redhead.
The redhead from the bakery.
The redhead from the bakery.
Did Max give his number to her? Because he didn't seem like he wanted to talk to her. Like he wasn't inviting the flirtation that was coming his direction. And yet she's trying to call and text him.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's the thing, is that they went on a first date because Max goes on a lot of first dates. He doesn't...
Like Mary Brown.
He doesn't do second dates. Very much like Mary Brown. Does not do second dates. And so she kept reaching out to him, but he was not answering.
She's not taking the hint.
Yeah. And that's where the complication is. Why is he trying to play like Brad Pitt from the 90s? Why is that what is that what he's going for?
I feel like you're right. That's pretty accurate.
Like that seems to be his entire
like the
essence.
90s are a little later because we have like a little scruff. We've got, the longer hair.
Maybe
even the
look.
Wardrobe felt a little Brad Pitt.
Like when he was talking, it kind of felt like Tyler Durden, Fight Club. So that was 99 Brad Pitt.
I'm not very familiar with Chad Michael Murray.
Yeah, me either.
I know my sister was obsessed with him. But was he in One Tree Hill? Like, I don't even know.
Oh, that sounds right. Yeah.
I'm just not familiar with his acting abilities and whether he has enough range to play a different type of character or if this is just what you get.
I think this is his speed.
There are just some actors and actresses that are like that, where it's like they have one speed, they turn it to that, and it's like this is what you get in every movie.
Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, I like Jennifer Aniston, but she's got one personality.
It's one speed. Yeah, it's one tempo that she's sticking with.
Which is funny for somebody who was like so hell-bent on having to separate themselves from their TV character.
Yeah, because then it was like, okay, well then why don't you do some period pieces or something? Because that would really set you off. Why don't you, I don't know, cover yourself in dirt and sing in Les Mis? That's not going to happen, right? Like,
I would love to see her in like a period film.
It's not going to happen. Like that's what I'm saying.
So, can you imagine her?
Well,
her
unless you
voice.
count Leprechaun as a period piece, I don't think that's going to happen.
We had a comment on the ring that she gives Max.
The ring! Yeah,
It's
because
the
I said, why is it so
tiniest.
dainty? And you said, is it that dainty? And I said, it's pretty small.
I thought it was the way the light was hitting it in that shot because we never saw the ring again.
No, it's like a thin band.
The thinnest.
Like a fishing wire, a fishing line.
Again, I feel like a budgetary restriction.
Well, I mean, they didn't have to go like 40 karat gold here.
My assumption is that the costume people, because they sucked, I think that they forgot to get him a
Ouch.
ring.
Sorry, costumes catching strays.
They forgot to get him a ring. And then somebody on set had to take that off their finger and they used it.
Well, she said it was, it's an earring, or like it was not a hoop. Maybe it was a hoop.
They had to edit the script on the fly
Yeah, they had to come up
to
with
accommodate for this.
something. It's not going to make sense, but we do need a close-up of you putting this on, unfortunately.
It is one of Janelle's hoop earrings.
Yeah, hold these. I'm going to beat the brakes off of Robin real quick, so I'm going to take these off.
Now we got to turn our attentions to the house. We've
Our
got,
attentions?
well, everybody who's
Everyone's
here. Everyone's going
attentions.
to help her
Okay,
with this facade.
right.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to decorate for Christmas, which is why we haven't.
That's why we chose not to. We've eliminated that responsibility.
She completely made up that she has a chicken coop. She does have a coop. She just has no chickens.
That's amazing, right? Is to come up with this whole thing of like, oh, it's these chickens that I raise. You don't have chickens, but you do have all of you have all of the elements that you would be able to raise chickens here, but except the chickens, minus chickens.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, that becomes a liability on set. If you have animals, it's that's a restriction. That's a big problem.
So that's also part of why she can't have any chickens.
Yes.
So she's going to pretend they put a JBL speaker in the coop and she gets some feathers.
Yeah, the JBL pill.
I don't know from where.
Yeah, where does that happen? I don't know.
Believable chicken feathers. And she just kind of scatters them about.
Okay, the part that bothers me is that she's taking eggs that she got from the market, which are probably in the US. They're washed and refrigerated if you're buying them from a store.
I thought you were going to say $12.
Well, that too. We've already discussed the price of eggs. It's a ridiculous thing for Mary
that ate
Scramble.
up all the budget.
That was a
for
lot of
this
budget.
film.
But like, okay, if you're buying these things, they're washed, they're refrigerated. You need to keep them refrigerated then, because she's just placing these eggs that she bought at the store and stashing them in this chicken coop, which is not refrigerated. It's not that cold out here. And so she's going to come back out here and what? Grab E. coli? Salmonella? What are we grabbing here?
She did later.
She did.
Maybe
she sure
she
did.
was responsible enough to not cook with them.
Hopefully she didn't cook with them. You got to throw those right in the trash now. That's no good.
Maybe she went to, I don't know, a farmer's market and got some eggs that had not been processed.
Fresh out the butt.
Fresh out the butt eggs. That's where she had to pick the feathers off of. She's like, give me the ones covered in feathers. Those are the ones I want.
Feathers for free. Yeah.
Yeah, didn't those eggs look a little too perfect?
I wasn't really paying too close of attention to the eggs.
Well, just when she came out later with them in her hand, it's like they're completely clean and pristine.
Those are good eggs.
There were clues that other people could have caught on to, and they did not. They're having such a good time pretending to be a family that they're out in the front of the house having a snowball fight.
The snowball fight. Yeah, we want to talk about the technical logistics that go into the snowball fight.
Yes, of course. There's not real snow on set.
There
very
cannot
clearly
be real snow.
And the snowballs are just fake snowballs. And we watch them throw them at each other. So they're pretending to pack them together like they're making a snowball. But then as they throw them at each other, they don't break apart. They just fall onto the ground.
And then some of them, it's like when they throw them. So like when the little girl was throwing them, she wasn't throwing it hard enough. And it just kind of like caught the wind and then crashed to the ground.
Because they're too lightweight.
Because it's
got no heft.
You're like throwing a cotton ball at someone is what you're attempting here, and it's not working. So there's just like a pile of these that are perfectly round snowball devices that are just accumulating on the lawn now at different points in the scene. But yeah, when they went slow-mo for a lot of this and stuff, it's like you're just emphasizing how much worse this is. Like, it looks even more weird now.
This is why I couldn't do this job. I couldn't be a director for something like this because the perfectionism in me, it would irk me that it was so obvious that they were not real snowballs that I would cut the scene.
That's why you got to be high. You got to get some of that fuck it in your system and you go,
good enough.
Wasn't how we planned it. We did our best. We tried. It's still, suspend your disbelief a little bit here.
I think that's what her boss did because he's supposed to come the day before just to check things out, wants to make sure everything's good and ready for the live film crew to show up tomorrow. And all he needs to see is them out on the front lawn throwing snowballs at each other to know everything's good.
He's like, oh yeah, she's got this. That's on lockdown. We didn't do like a walkthrough. We didn't check to see like, do we have enough power for everything? Do we have all this? Like, no.
How's the lighting
no.
inside? This is going to look terrible on television.
Yeah, the cameras need lights. Okay, so if we don't have those, it's not going to be good.
Where's your commitment? John and Kate +8. The Goslings, they installed the lights in their ceilings because they were filming in their house so much.
Oh, yeah, it's very functional. Functional space. All about it.
There were other things that were blatantly missing.
The
lights.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, they focused a lot on all of the other bullshit she had to do, like hand sew her own dress.
She hand sewed her dress?
That's what she was doing with the sewing machine.
Oh, I don't know what she was doing.
Not only did she
machine.
hand sew a dress, she sketched the entire thing out like she's on Project Runway and then was sewing it together.
Family commitment celebration could never.
No.
Absolutely not.
In a 3-day timeline?
No way. No way. But then also the way she was running her entire arm through the sewing machine too. I was like, I've never seen that maneuver.
I've seen that in sewing in my intro to sewing class in high school. And I saw a lot of people go to the nurse's office.
Yeah, that's one of those things where they're like, you've done this before, right? And she's like, yeah. As an actress, she's like, oh, yeah, I could do that. And it's like, well, yeah, because you just need to do it for a second here.
Because there was no needle in that thing. That's why she was doing that.
Dear God, I hope not. So, yeah, terrifying is what that would be.
They get everything done in time. They take the ping pong table that's been out in the backyard, just covered in snow. They throw a little holiday tablecloth over the top of it and call it a day. It's where I felt like the bar was really low. The production
food,
value.
Like the food on the table.
Well, she's a chef or whatever.
Is she a chef?
She has
her knife skills
in her book.
Her knife skills are terrible.
Very bad. She was cutting celery, right? Very poorly.
Not good. Not impressed.
It's a morning show, right? Also, they're acting like this is like she is getting her own live Netflix special. This is the finale of Love is Blind. Everybody's watching.
Yeah, because they kept saying it's live
on like a local TV channel.
Well, that, and then also I'm like, I don't think it's live though, because there's a lot of dead air. There would be a lot of downtime between these things that we're talking about, because there was just like, they showed up and then they're coming through the house. They're doing all these different things. They're looking at the vegetables in the little garden. They're looking at the chicken coop, grabbing the eggs, preparing all these different things. So you're just hanging around shooting the shit for 8 fucking hours before dinner? You're here for dinner at 9 a.m.?
At one point, they're going to answer the front door, and the film crew is just standing there waiting for them to come back.
Yeah, like...
There was like no commentary, really.
There's not... Yeah, the host isn't hosting through this.
She's just watching everything.
It's
unfold.
Just like letting things happen and then only having the switch to flip of like, oh, it's live. No, if it's live, then yeah, we can't just be sitting here in the living room waiting for Joy to come back. We can't do that.
She was no Amber Atkins, that's for sure.
Clearly not. Definitely not. But yeah, they're like opening presents. That was the handmade gifts that we saw that were around here too.
The son opens what was, I guess, a fake gift, like
It
a
was one
dummy
of
gift.
the decoy gifts that they were just
Of laundry soap, and then they have to explain, oh, it's just an inside joke.
don't open anything else. Because there's like 12 more of those. So don't do that.
The way that Chad Michael Murray like threw himself onto the front of the gift to try to hide it, I thought it was something salacious. I did not think it was laundry soap. I was worried that he slipped a special.
Oh no.
I was worried that he slipped in a little gift for her on the DL. And that it was being revealed to everybody.
No, I don't think
so. Not like a Olivia Ethan Plath butt plug moment.
No, I don't think so. I hope not. No, he already had his issues at the bakery because the redhead at the bakery, he had to go pick stuff up from there. And so he brings his fake son along because there's like different points throughout the movie where the redhead has caught him in a lie repeatedly here.
She caught him with the wedding ring on.
The tree, yeah, when he was tying the tree to the top of the car, she saw he had a wedding ring. And so that immediately throws her for a loop because they've been flirting and on dates and stuff. And so that was alarming for her. And then shows up at the bakery. They're picking up an order. He sends his fake son in to collect everything. He forgets one item. And then she comes running out to make sure that he gets that too. And oh, look, it's Max again. Max Headroom is right here, ready to ruin everything.
Max who?
What? That's not his biblical
legal name.
Yeah. It's different. That's a different guy. It's a reference. It's okay. So that's where she's basically
pies.
done with this guy. Yeah. So like the bakery
pies, I assume we're going to have a bigger role in the downfall of this entire like fake story that they're putting on.
Because then the redhead shows up at the door
yes.
while they're opening presents on live television, allegedly, supposedly.
This is supposed to be Christmas Eve. She marches up to the front door, and luckily Joy knew to turn her mic pack off before she answered.
She has the presence of mind to make sure there's not a hot mic moment.
I was kind of hoping for like a Michael Peterson.
Oh.
No, the Jinx.
Oh.
We need a Jinx moment.
Yeah.
Where you get caught
you
saying something.
Yep. Nope,
but we don't, because the entire conversation is, hey, so I believe Max is your husband, right? Well, he has been cheating on you, and he has not been telling people that you have a son, and I feel really betrayed, and I think you should too. And she's just like, sure, that's really nice. Why don't you take this fake-ass gift that I brought out here with me and leave my front porch, because I have to get back to the film crew that's currently inside my house.
And thanks for the poinsettia. Thanks for dropping that off.
Okay, is that how you say that?
That's how she said it.
Okay. I've never heard anyone, I think that
poinsettia?
Is that the correct pronunciation?
Is that the biblical name?
Or is it poinsettia?
Mm.
Sound off in the chat.
Setia?
Let us know. Comments.
Just don't let your dogs eat them. It's poisonous.
Yes, it is. One time I got a poinsettia and I had it in the trunk, and I took it out of said trunk, and days later I was picking up groceries and I was like, what is all over everything? I thought that there was like some kind of like spilled gummy substance, like evaporated milk or something. It was from the poinsettia. It was the sap.
Oh boy.
So they're messy.
Yeah. Around the holidays.
That's what, we don't have anything that Maisie could consume.
Right.
That's dangerous like that.
Not good.
Because she would.
Oh, she definitely would. Especially stuff that she shouldn't be.
She would feast on a poinsettia.
Definitely would.
That was not the moment that I was expecting it to be when she showed up. It's kind of annoying that she was there to narc on him. I get it, but it's also like Christmas Eve.
So you're just saying let infidelity slide on Christmas Eve?
I don't.
It's better to send him back to his...
The kids are home.
Yeah.
Like maybe you could have... She came out like clearly very dressed up and like she's busy. Maybe you could have found a better, like more appropriate time.
Maybe like don't interrupt. This woman's clearly living a lie. Let her live multiple lies and remain Well, she's not
Is
being
that
receptive.
wrong of me? I feel like
It's not great.
It's a holiday. There's like lots of people at the house. Like maybe you could have waited to drop some really big, terrible news on her at a more convenient time.
Maybe you could have written a watcher type letter and just left that in the mailbox.
Stuff it in the mailbox. She'll get around to it eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
No, but I thought this was going to relate back to the pies because they got a ton of stuff from this bakery. And I was hoping for a Khloe Kardashian moment. Remember when she got caught putting pies out and making it seem like she had baked these pies herself, but they came from a bakery in LA or something?
I don't know anything about the Kardashians' lives.
So, I barely know anything about them, and I know that.
I don't know a single thing that's going on in any of the Kardashians' lives.
I really was convinced that they were going to put all of these pies out, and she was going to say that she handmade them all. She baked them all. And then this woman was going to see it on TV because, of course, everybody has to be tuned into watching only this on Christmas Eve. And she was going to come over to the house
Nobody's
and be
watching
like,
Muppet Christmas Carol on Christmas Eve. One more sleep till Christmas? You're not going to sing that?
She was going to bust in there and be like, these people are frauds because these pies came from my bakery and also he is cheating on you.
But they didn't do that.
No, did I have a better ending?
Well, I mean, that wouldn't have been like the ending. That would have been the reveal, though.
Yeah.
Like, because the reveal basically just equates to they sit down for dinner and the fake teenage son tries to pull the leg off the turkey too aggressively, and that makes the ping pong table split and spring up in the middle there.
And everything just slides.
And everything just kind of,
Yeah.
And then
It just gets worse.
the kid's parents, the kid's mom, like bio mom, walks in and she's like, what's going on in here? What is happening? You guys need to come home with me. So she's like retrieving her kids from her strange neighbor's house who has been pretending that these are her kids on TV.
Who's still trying to pretend as this is going on that, oh no, well, I mean, they have two families, so, we just split holidays and stuff, so they're going to go over with their other mom.
Blended family.
And we're going to keep having our wonderful holiday meal with mom and dad and Chad. Max. Chad Michael Murray.
Oh, I thought you meant Chad from Married at First Sight.
Oh, thank God.
He's passed out. He's had an entire bottle of bourbon.
Oh, he's in the corner of the living room somewhere asleep in a chair. He's been out for a while.
The cirrhosis is kicking in. So, yeah, he's checking out.
He's a scary dude.
Why did mom and dad leave this one? Because they were just like, oh, it's not going well. I think I'm done. Thanks anyway.
At some point, everyone kind of realizes, except for Joy, that they're busted.
It's over.
It's embarrassing at this point to continue to try to perpetuate the lie. So we're just going to see ourselves out.
So they bail. And then Max is like, hey, can I speak to you in the kitchen real quick? I love you. I think I love you. And it was like, ooh,
again,
read the room.
Odd timing.
Read the room.
Not
man.
the appropriate time to do this. I think he was saying that because it was like, look, we can walk out there together and we'll figure this out. I think that was it. Like, we're a team.
I don't think so.
No, it was just, I have to get this off my chest right now.
Yeah, this is something. Before I forget, I need to tell you this.
Before I have to move out of the guest house.
Look, they've already fixed my apartment weeks ago, and I just don't want to go back.
I've been squatting here. It's really actually romantic, though, because I'm in love with you, so.
That's a win-win. That's good, right? Isn't that
Not
good?
Not really. She doesn't know how to respond. And I get it, because there's a lot that just happened. I think she's maybe a little overstimulated.
A lot that's still
Her
happening.
career just ended on live television in a very embarrassing manner. She got told that her fake husband has been cheating on her. That was not very long ago.
I mean, she knew that he wasn't her real husband.
I know.
That shouldn't have been a shock to her.
It's been like one thing after another where it seems like things are going good as far as like what she's trying to do here. but then there are little things that keep going wrong, and it turned into something really, really big.
Okay. So then the TV host just kind of dips out after that, and then Joy passes out on a chair in her living room, wakes up the next morning.
Like, drunk texting. She's not drunk, but she's
maybe.
texting Max repeatedly.
Yes. So like she's texted him all night with no response. She passed out on the chair in the living room next to Chad and the bottle of bourbon. And from Married at First Sight, don't worry about it. And the entire kitchen table, like the dining room table, is still covered in food from yesterday when she wakes up.
Was she supposed to clean it all up after that very emotional day that she had?
Okay, well, from a food safety standpoint, she should not be inviting anyone for leftovers now because you have left a turkey carcass on your dining room table out at room temperature overnight with all the meat on the bone. That's got to go in the trash now. Do not eat this. Yeah. It will kill you.
So Marta and Freddie show up, her fake parents.
Because they're an item now.
They're together. When did that happen?
They're moving to Boca. Well, technically, I mean, they were together all day yesterday, and they were like, oh, you know what, let's
just keep it going.
This works.
This is convenient for both of us.
Let's take this to Boca, and then we'll see how we feel.
Didn't you feel like it was a little Parent Trappy?
Like you just kind of forced that, you made it happen here a little bit?
Well, we had, the butler and Chessie getting together.
Okay. Martin,
yes. Yeah. Martin and Chessie. It felt like it was a little inspired by that. Am I stretching? I don't know.
Probably a stretch to attribute that to the Parent Trap specifically. Yes, I would say a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, she does offer them leftovers.
But that's what I'm saying. You're basically committing manslaughter at that point. Like, you're getting dangerously close.
I feel like they got off the best out of this because they ended up together. They got off together.
They got off.
And Marta's going to get her retirement funded. Maybe
that was still happening.
Maybe Freddie is like,
that was part of the deal, was like, oh, you need to like convince people that you're my mom. Mission failed. So you do not get that reward.
Hold up your end of the bargain.
Yeah. Like, is that still happening? Well, she was still saying that she was retiring because you've been overpaying me for years.
Again, how do I get that job?
In this economy, who's being overpaid?
For working 3 days a week.
4
days a week? Okay, yeah. She's retiring early? I don't know if it was early. She kept trying to convince us she was a lot younger.
But in like a Blanche Devereaux kind of way.
Mm-hmm. A little Delulu.
Yeah, a little bit.
Things just keep getting better for Joy because then the doorbell rings again.
Why was that good for Joy?
Because nobody's mad at her.
Oh, that nobody's mad at her.
Yeah,
well, yeah,
everything's
but still,
working out for her in the end.
Like, her part-time housekeeper is retiring, though. So, like, you're losing out on something here.
Okay.
And I guess you're paying for it still. Is that still? I don't know. I don't know how the logistics are. I don't know what their paperwork was like that she signed.
Well, they came over to help her clean up one last time.
That's the final send-off here.
When she said she wasn't going to do that.
There you go.
And then she answers the door, and here we have the real mom of Sabrina and Hawk out here on the porch.
Ethan Hawke, Stephen Hawking.
And this woman proceeds to apologize to Joy.
Which is wild. The motivation for that, I did not understand the character motivation for that.
No.
To have that be a revelation for this woman to understand, wow, it was amazing that you were there for my kids and I and my husband were clearly not. And we need to work on that more. And we're going to do that. We're going to commit to being better parents now, thanks to you. What? Didn't expect
Mental
that.
Gymnastics. That's what that was.
No way.
Yeah. No, my favorite part of this whole movie was when Sabrina, the daughter, looked at the camera when she got caught and had to leave and go home and was like, my name's Sabrina Swinton and I'm currently seeking representation. It kind of made the whole movie for me. I think she was the standout star of everybody.
You got to shoot your shot. Yeah.
Her boss shows up. She's also been very worried that the publishing house is going to be upset that she just blew up the entire premise of her book series.
And he's like, you know what? Sales are up, so I don't really give a shit.
And I knew the whole time because we ran a background check on you and I knew everything you were saying was bullshit, but it was selling books, so I didn't really care.
I just checked your credit card statement at the time that you initially applied for this, and it was just a lot of Taco Bell. So I knew that you were full of shit.
I had an inkling that something wasn't adding up here. So everything's good with him too, and he offers her another book deal, even though she said this was going to be her last book.
Well, the last book of that lame series, probably.
But she gets another job, essentially.
Oh, yeah, with an advance, I'm sure. Probably. Because this one's doing so well. Do you think it's maybe just like an initial spike? Because people are like, oh, I've never heard of this person. And then they're going to look through all of this stuff to then catch more lies or like find more things that are wrong with the things that she said in the past.
He's claiming that it's because she's relatable now. You were too perfect before, and now that there's, a chink in your armor, people are interested in getting to know you, reading about you pretending to be perfect.
Is that what the next one's going to be? Pretending to be perfect?
I don't know, but
for Christmas?
Why? I get they now saw that you were not telling the truth, but all of the books that she created are based on the lie.
So why would that be a spike? I think you're attributing something incorrectly here. Have we done like a survey to see if that's what actually the motivation is for the people who are buying this book? Probably not. I think we're kind of jumping to conclusions here, Mr. Merriman. But also, get out of my face because you haven't brushed your teeth. You just passed out on the
this woman
sofa.
Is talking to everybody. She hasn't changed her clothes. She just got right up from where she was sleeping and started getting to work.
She picked out a little bit of that turkey, that room temperature turkey for breakfast. And then now she's just
fried up one of those eggs she took out of the coop and she's ready to go.
It's a food safety nightmare is what I'm getting at here.
Max. She gives him, he called her or she called him. I don't know. They end up on the phone together and she looks out the window. Turns out he's been over at the guest house for a while.
The last place I thought to look. The place where he lives in my backyard.
Which is completely visible from all of the windows in the living room where she was sleeping.
I didn't even clock it.
And because his bags are propped right up by the front door and he's been taking things out of here. He's been moving all of his art out.
On Christmas Day.
It's got to go to an art gallery. That's what we find out. It's not that he's moving it out because he's going to go back to his place where the water damage has been repaired. It's because he also got something out of this. He's got a gallery showing at one of the biggest galleries.
Not one of the best in New York.
The best of the best.
Yeah, the best of the best. For Max Headroom.
A lot of interest in Geese paintings lately. Geese art.
Being
Goose.
Curated specifically by Tony Soprano. At his best.
That would be so funny. What is it, like the 25th anniversary of The Sopranos? Is that what just happened? That's what it's for. She admits that she loves him too. And the Canadian geese return to Goose Landing. Goose Island. Goose whatever. Goose Homestead, Goose, who cares? They're not even nice geese.
No, not the good geese. But it's symbolism. It's symbolism, Carly.
Well, now there'll be a family here in this home?
For the
We can't have a strong, independent female goose, who hung out on the property?
No, yeah. Like that, and the point is that they were just dancing around this for so long where it's like, you just needed to commit here. Now you can be a family.
And be happy after all.
There you go. It all works out.
What a stupid movie.
Wasn't a big fan of this one. Not gonna lie.
That's kind of the point, though. We like to watch bad holiday movies.
Yeah. And we watch them so you don't have to.
That's right.
You just get the recap here.
I feel like we were cheated with not getting any Lindsay Lohan Christmas movies this year. I'm going to need Netflix to bring that back. Or whoever wants to sign her for another deal.
Wasn't the Lacey Chabert, Mean Girls?
Yes.
Gretchen Wieners. Wasn't she doing Hallmark stuff too? Did she have another one this year?
Yeah, there were a couple.
This wasn't no Hot Frosty though,
No.
Very different.
We recapped that, by the way, guys. So
Yeah,
you
last
got to
year.
go back and listen to it from last year.
Last year? Yeah, last year, 2 years ago? When was that?
I don't know now. It feels
Oh,
like a long
gosh.
time ago.
Feels like
I
forever.
feel like it was last year.
Probably last
Definitely,
year.
it was last year because I saw one of her TikToks come up.
Well, and we did A Night Before Christmas, too. That was another one of hers. That was another Netflix one. Kind of similar.
I felt like her Christmas movies aren't always that bad.
Okay. Not
Disagree.
bad.
I
like
can tell
how-
by your face that
okay.
you disagree.
Well, just by the way, from how you were saying, My Secret Santa wasn't that bad either. And it's like, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
Well, what
movie.
was worse? This or My Secret Santa on Netflix?
This.
This. I agree.
From like a believability standpoint, maybe.
The writing.
Yeah.
Well,
But I mean,
is it more believable that
Last week was
that,
last week was pretty rough too.
that someone would
Not
get
gonna lie.
a job as a Santa at a hotel so that their kid could get
The salary was unbelievable for that. That was what was unbelievable. But then also early retirement of a part-time house cleaner. Like that equally
unbelievable.
unbelievable for this one.
We've got more things coming your way, guys, here on Surviving Reality. The next thing we're going to be dropping is going to be a cast overview for season 4 of The Traitors.
We're going to run down the list. We're going to make the list, check it twice, and then, we'll talk through the details here
I'm
a
going to
little
give
bit
our
more.
kind of initial predictions for how people are going to be doing, even though I feel like we're not familiar with a lot of the people on the cast.
This is mostly for us, and then you'll benefit for it as well, too.
And then we're going to be recapping Cult of the Real Housewife, which is going to be a 3-part docuseries dropping on TLC on New Year's Day, all about Mary Cosby and her church.
TLC trying to start some Bravo beef.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
They're out
Play
here
in
popping
your own
off.
sandbox.
No. They're out here popping off on Mary Cosby.
And we'll be talking about it. Thanks for listening. See you next time.